Hey Daniel, so you know that thing where like people put wine in their mugs and then they drink it and pretend it's coffee? Well, I can't do that because my mug is made of glass. Hey Daniel, I don't know if you know this, but I have a retainer that I'm supposed to wear for the rest of my life every night, but I haven't done that in over a year because I'm a badass not to be trifled with. Hey Daniel, do you like mustard? Hey Daniel, you know what's really creepy? This is really creepy. In the future, don't do this, okay? It's really weird. So yeah, welcome to my first video. Apparently this is a thing that we're doing now. I can't say I was particularly intimidated by all the silence of just me talking to my camera as much as you were, but what is weird is all this space that I have next to my head. I don't know what to do with it, and it's really weird because I can just like do this, and there's so much space. What? I don't know why, it's just intimidating, okay? Don't judge me. So, on to the pressing topic of meatloaf. I've heard of meatloaf, you're not the only one. That being said, I totally understand where you're coming from with the whole, how is it possible that I am the only person in the world who has heard of this? It feels like this should be just public knowledge. Like, you know there are people who don't know what Wizard Rock is? You know? Wizard Rock? 'Cause maybe I'm a Slytherin, cool, you are a Gryffindor. It's a perfectly valid art form, okay? Topic number 2 from your video, Shakespearean insults. While calling someone a slippery and subtle knave is undoubtedly awesome, it's also awesome to like mix the new and the old, so calling someone like a skank strumpet, which is a line from United States of Cher. I mean, how great is that? Also, foreign languages. I had a friend in high school, I don't know if this is true, but he told me that in Spain, it's a thing that they do, where they'll say to someone, chupe mantequilla de mi culo, which means suck butter out of my ass. Why do you want that to happen in your life? I don't. Speaking of Shakespeare and just literature in general, segue, a friend of ours recently told me, James, there's always time in your life for literature. It's true, there is. I always used to say, oh, I'm too tired, I'm too busy, but really I'm just too busy complaining that I'm busy. I've been trying my best to actually read this year. I stumbled upon this thing, I think it's called like the 50 book challenge or something. You're supposed to read 50 books in a year and then like keep a log of the books that you're reading. I don't know if I'm going to do that because that seems very strict, but I like the idea of like forcing yourself to read because a lot of the time you just don't because you decide you're too busy when you're obviously not. You're just scrolling on the internet. I've so far read almost 4 books this year, almost. First one I read was Catching Fire, and then the second one was Mockingjay. Those are the second and third books in the Hunger Games trilogy. Check those out if you want to. There's a movie coming out soon. It's young adult fiction. It's cool. It's good. It's not amazing. It's good. It's very popular. The third book that I read this year was By Nightfall by Michael Cunningham, which was actually really well written. It's about this guy who's an art dealer in New York and his like middle life quest to understand beauty in art. I know that sounds really lofty and kind of hard to sit through, but it was actually really good and well written and kept me interested. Finally, the book that I'm reading right now is this one right here. It's called 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. It was recommended to me by a friend. It's another young adult fiction book, kind of similar to a John Green style book in that it's from the point of view of a guy and the girl has disappeared. It's not great, honestly. You don't have to read it. It's not very good. Sorry. So yeah, that's it, I guess. I'm gonna try to read some books this year. Don't worry about it.